for experimental products. The second component is that those risks have to be described in common language. They can't be hidden using fancy sciencey terms and medical terms. You've got to be able to understand those risks. And here's the kicker, okay? No coercion, no compulsion, no enticement, no free ice cream so that the kids can get their jabs without the parents' approval, okay? That is all forbidden, particularly for experimental products. Now, do we have any licensed vaccines? In theory, we do. But can you go to Walmart and get one? Can you go get one from your doctor right now? And particularly, I want to reach out to our military personnel that are here. They're hurting. They're under mandates right now. Excuse me. Those mandates actually are valid. Let's say Mr. Brandon has
Mr. Brandon
does have the right. That unfortunately does have the right to mandate vaccines for federal employees and military personnel. But the law says, after Desert Storm, that they can only provide those vaccines, they can only mandate vaccines to military personnel if they are already licensed products. They cannot force experimental products on military personnel. So my heart goes out to all of you. I work with the DoD. I respect the DoD. I'd far rather work with the DoD than work with my NIH for reasons that you all understand. And we have clinical trials starting with the DoD with repurposed drugs. But I know that many of my colleagues in the DoD and contractors and other federal employees are facing a situation where they're being mandated to either lose their job or accept an experimental product. And I just want to say that's not right, it's not proper, it's not fair, and it's not legal.
It's not legal.
So, 3 points to informed consent. There has to be full and complete disclosure of risks. That can't happen because we don't know them all yet. How do we know that we don't know them all? Because the FDA has said so. In the licensure for the BioNTech product, it explicitly says we don't yet know what the risks are in pregnancy. We don't know what the risks are for birth defects. You're going to have to do special studies to characterize those things. So when they tell you that it's okay to take the vaccine when you're pregnant, I think you ought to tell them back, show me the data. Okay? Because they don't have the data. Because they've just started doing the studies. The studies just got funded about a month ago, okay? And it takes a little more than a month to have a baby, okay? So let's just chill out a little bit. And my advice to you, I'm not saying the vaccines are unsafe or they are safe in pregnancy. I'm saying we don't have the data. And in the absence of the data, the right thing to do is wait until we do know, okay? Now I want to talk about the 3-point plan. We call it the Maui plan. We've also called it the Global COVID Summit plan. It's a 3-point plan for how to proceed from here, in my opinion. And this is a consensus plan of over 10,000 physicians and medical scientists worldwide. People that have had the courage to sign the Physicians' Declaration of Rome, which says that physicians have the right to practice. And they've come up with a 3-point plan for how to proceed, and it's really simple, okay? So here, listen up, take it home, spread it around. First point, early treatment works. Early treatment includes antibiotics, like what DeSantis has been using in the state of Florida. It also includes a lot of other drugs. Aspirin actually has benefit. The study was recently published. We're about to start testing with DoD the combination of Pepcid and Celebrex, technically. There are many other agents. There's one that we're not allowed to talk about anymore by the press, ivermectin. There's another one called hydroxychloroquine. Okay, and there's others, fluvoxamine, vitamin D, zinc, zithromycin. There's a lot of agents now, and if you can find physicians physicians willing to prescribe these really, scary drugs that have typically been licensed for, say, 20 to 40 years and have excellent track records and almost no risk. If you can find physicians brave enough to administer them, you can point them towards the Zelenko protocol or the FLCCC protocol, or there's a number of other ones. And I think that you'll find that with early treatment, we can quench this virus just like they did in India, in Uttar Pradesh, where they had a huge spike, and now they have almost none. So early treatment